Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Methodology Maths by Pratik Grover sir. Myself Pratik Grover, and our today's topic is word problems of exercise 3.5. No doubt this exercise comes after cross multiplication method, but you can solve these sums by any method you like. I'll follow the same rule. I'll be forming the equations and I'll give it to you. You have to find the answer by your own, by any method as you wish. The main thing today, please focus on each and every word of the question. The main problem what student faces is actually the understanding of the sum. Don't miss a single part. I'll be explaining each and everything very precisely. So please be with me and stay focused. So before starting my today's class, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon so that you get a notification whenever I'll post a video on YouTube. So let us start with the exercise 3.5. My first question, which is actually the fourth question, first. The question is a part of monthly hostel charges. Before starting the question, let me tell you one thing. Till the last line, read the whole question first before judging anything. Till the last line, the question will always be in the last line. The last line of the question will tell you what should be taken as variables. X और Y लेने किसको हैं वो हमको लास्ट लाइन बताती है मुझे. A part of monthly hostel charges is fixed and the remaining depends on the number of days one has taken food in the mess. Now there is a hostel and it has charges. Some amount is fixed which you have to pay monthly, and the other charge actually dependent upon the number of days you have taken food in it. For one day, suppose some rupees. For 10 days, 10 into that rupees. When a student takes food for 20 days, a student A, he came there and he took food for 20 days. He paid 1000 rupees as hostel charges, and there is student B who takes food for 26 days and he pays as 1180 rupees as hostel charges. Find the fixed charges and the cost per day. The last sentence, find the fixed charges and cost per day. This gave us the hint what should be taken as X and what should be taken as Y. So let us start. Let the fixed charges of hostel, or let the hostel fixed charges be equals to X, and charge per day of food taken and charge per day of food taken be equals to Y. This is Y is per day. Okay. Now student A. Student A, she took 20 days food meal. So 20 days of food she consumed. Total 20 days of food she consumed. Therefore, the total amount she paid is 1000 rupees. In that 1000 rupees, something will be fixed charge for the month, that is X, plus Y is for one day and she took it for 20 days. So 20Y will be equals to 1000. Now keep this as first equation. See, if you are going to solve this by substitution or elimination, this is a first equation. But you should now better know that if you are going to solve this by cross multiplication, this 1000 has to be taken on the left hand side and then number it as first equation. Actually, in cross multiplication, you don't need any numbers of the equation only. So if you are going to solve with cross multiplication, just take 1000 on the left hand side. By substitution, elimination, you already know what the next step you have to follow. Okay, I'm just giving the equations to you. This is the first equation. For student B, she has taken food for 26 days. And she has paid 1180 rupees as hostel charges. Therefore, x plus 26y will be equals to 1180. This is my second equation. My opinion is always solve these type of sums with elimination, but then too it's upon you, it's your wish. Whichever method you can apply, there is no harm in it. So solve these two equations, find the value of x and y, and that's your answer. X is the fixed charges, y is the hostel charges for the food per day. Let us proceed towards the second question. The second question says, a fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator, and it becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to the denominator. Find the fraction. Again, I am saying it is find the fraction. So you have to take variables in the form of fraction. Take x as the numerator and y as the denominator. So your statement starts as, let the fraction be x upon y. The numerator is x and the denominator is y. And the question is, a fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator. Only 1 is subtracted from the numerator, denominator remains same. Only numerator 1 is subtracted from the numerator and the denominator is same. The fraction becomes 1 by 3. Cross multiplication. If I'll do cross multiplication, I'll get 3 multiplied by x minus 1 equals to y. Opening the brackets, 3x minus 3 equals to y. Now it depends upon you. You want to do substitution. So this is your first equation. You have y and you can substitute the value of y in any of the equation. If you want to do elimination, y should be taken on the left hand side. It depends upon you. So I prefer stopping over here. This is your first equation. Second is, the fraction becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to the denominator. Therefore, x upon y plus 8, the fraction becomes 1 by 4. Again cross multiplication. This is your second equation. You can simply substitute the value of y over here and you will get the answer. Chalo, let us solve this sum for you. I am doing with substitution method. Substituting value of y from equation number 1 in equation number 2. So we will get 4x equals to, in place of y we have to write 3x minus 3, and there was plus 8 in the second equation itself. This 3x will go on the left hand side. This 3x will go on the left hand side. So 4x minus 3x will remain x, minus 3 plus 8 on the right hand side, that is 5. So you got the value of x as 5. Now substitute the value of x as 5 in equation number 1 again. So substituting value of x in equation number 1. Here is my equation number 1. So 3 multiplied by 5 minus 3 equals to y. This is 15 minus 3 equals to y. That is 12 equals to y. See, you got x and y, But this is not your final answer. The final answer is what is the fraction? Find the fraction. Therefore, fraction will be equals to x by y, that is 5 upon 12. This is your final answer. X was 5 and y was 12. So always remember that the question is asking, they are asking you about fraction. So your final answer should be a fraction. So now let us proceed towards the question number 3. Now please pay attention, students. Third, fourth and fifth. These all three are very important questions. You have to pay utmost attention to understand these sums. Yash scored 40 marks in a test. He scored 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer. For each right answer, he is getting 3 marks, and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. There is a negative marking. Correct answer 3 marks, wrong answer 1 mark. Had 4 marks be awarded for each correct answer and 2 marks been deducted for each incorrect answer, the Yash would have 50 marks. Means he scored 40 marks when there was 3 marks for right answer and minus 1 mark for wrong answer. But if for each correct answer he would be getting 4 marks, and for each wrong answer the deduction would be of 2 marks, he would have scored 50 marks. Last question is, how many questions are there in the text? Now, I know that the question is how many questions are there in the test, but we cannot let the number of questions in the test be x, because if we take the question as directly x, it will be only single variable. So how could we divide single variable into 2 variables? Means number of questions they are asked us, so we should be able to give 2 different variables to get the answer. So these total number of questions can be divided as number of correct questions and number of wrong questions done by Yash, because only we are considering the case of Yash. So in the third question, we can write, let the number of correct answers be equals to x and number of incorrect answers equals to y. Correct or incorrect? They have already told that, they have not mentioned that he has left some without attempting also. So if it would have given that 2 or 3 sums are left without attempting, then that would also be added, and total number of questions will be x plus y, on the condition he has not left any question without attempting. He has attempted, so either it will be right or it will be wrong. So the total questions will be x plus y. So you have to find value of x and plus y, and then you have to add at the last. If the question says that 5 questions he didn't attempt, he didn't know the answer, so he didn't attempt 5 questions. So the total number of questions would have become x plus y plus 5. We have to add 5 because he has not attempted it. Correct answers, incorrect answer, and those answers which he has not attempted should also be included in this. Now, he scored 3 marks for the correct answer and lost 1 mark. So if he is gaining 3 marks, we are writing positive 3. If he is losing 1 mark, we will write minus 1. So this is my case 1. This is my case 1. What is case 1? Each correct answer will be positive 3, and for each incorrect answer it will be negative 1. In such case, total marks obtained, in this case when each correct answer is of 3 mark and each incorrect answer is of minus 1 mark, the total marks can be obtained as, for each answer it is 3 marks plus 3. There are total x correct answers, so 3x. For each incorrect answer he is getting minus 1. There are y incorrect answers, so minus 1 into y. This is 3 for correct answer and total number of correct answers are x. This is minus 1 for the incorrect answer and total incorrect answers are y. The total will be equals to 40 marks because he gained 40 marks overall. Understood? This is the value of correct answers, this is the value of incorrect answers, and this is the final total score he obtained. So this can be written as 3x, 1 into y can be written as y. So 3x minus y equals to 40. That becomes your first equation. Case 2. In case 2, each correct answer is plus 4 and each incorrect answer equals to minus 2. Each correct answer is plus 4, each incorrect answer is minus 2. Therefore, total marks obtained will be 4 mark is given for the correct answer and total number of correct answers are x. So 4x minus 2y and the score would have been 50. The score would have been 50. As you can see, 2 is common in all of them, so it will cancel out. On the left hand side, it will be 2 common, 2x minus y equals to 50. This 2 will go on the, see, if only on one side 2 is common and the right hand side is odd, I will not solve it, I will not do it. But in this case, both sides are having even numbers, 50 is an even number and this is a common factor of 2, then only I will take common. This 2 will come in the denominator, so 2x minus y equals to 25. This is my second equation. Solving 1 and 2, you will get your answer for x and y. After getting x and y, don't forget to add x and y to give total number of questions. The question is find the total number of questions in the answer in the question paper. Don't forget to add x plus y. Final answer x plus y will be given something. Okay? I am not writing right now. Let us proceed towards fourth sum. The fourth sum says, please now pay attention. Places A and B are 100 km apart on the highway. One car starts from A and another from B at the same time. If the cars travel in the same direction at different speeds, they meet in 5 hours. If they travel towards each other, they meet in 1 hour. What are the speed of these two cars? Very well can be answered that the speed is asked, so we can take speeds as the variables. So let us start the question as, let the speeds of two cars be x km per hour and y km per hour respectively. So the speeds be x and y km per hour respectively. Now, there is one point A, there is another point B. The total distance between them is 100 km. The total distance between them is 100 km. Suppose these two are the cars. These are the two positions of cars. These are the two positions of cars. Let me do it this way. If both are traveling in the same direction, either this way or this way, if both are traveling in this direction, understand this thing, the car which is behind, if she has to cross this car, it has to cover the whole distance in between, and the time taken to cover the distance would be, see, if in 1 hour this car reaches over this place, but in that 1 hour this car would have moved a little further. So to cover the distance, it will need more time to cross this car, because the same time this car is moving and this car is moving. So actually whatever the speed of these two cars be, their relative speed will work. उनकी relative speed आपस में काम करेगी. सपोज आप एक चोर है और एक पुलिस है, पुलिस चोर के पीछे भाग रही है, पुलिस भागेगी और चोर भी भाग रहा है, तो उसको पकड़ने में टाइम लग जाएगा. और वो जो टाइम लग रहा है वो क्यों ज़्यादा लग रहा है? पुलिस तो बहुत तेज भाग रही थी, चोर भी भाग रहा था. तो उन दोनों की जो रिलेटिव स्पीड है, रिलेटिव स्पीड मतलब एक की स्पीड दूसरे के बेसिस पे वो घट गई। ये तो भाग ही रहा था, सपोज अभी पृथ्वी रुकी हुई है, पृथ्वी रुकी हुई है और आप भाग रहे हो, एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे, मतलब आपके लिए जमीन रुकी हुई है और आप भाग रहे हो, तो आप जहां पहुंचे वो आपकी स्पीड थी। बट अगर उसी डायरेक्शन में, इट्स लाइक एक्सकेलेटर्स, हाँ बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल, एस्केलेटर्स आपने देखे, आपने बहुत सारे, आप मॉल्स में घूमे हो, आप जब वो जो अप जाने वाला एक्सकेलेटर है उस पर अगर आप उतरने की कोशिश करोगे तो क्या होगा, आप सीढ़ियां उतरते रहोगे उतरते रहोगे उतरते रहोगे, वो ऊपर चल रही है, आप नीचे उतर रहे हो, तो आपको टाइम ज़्यादा लग जाएगा, बिकॉज योर रिलेटिव स्पीड ऑफ गेटिंग डाउन रेड्यूसेस, योर रिलेटिव स्पीड ऑफ गेटिंग डाउन रेड्यूसेस। आप जितनी स्पीड से एक एक स्टेप नीचे मूव कर रहे हो वो एक एक स्टेप ऊपर आता जा रहा है, तो आपकी रिलेटिव स्पीड चेंज हो गई। सेम हैपेंस ओवर हियर, ये कार तो अपनी स्पीड से चल ही रही थी, बट जिस स्पीड से चल रही थी ये भी उसी स्पीड से ऑलमोस्ट चल रही है, तो इनकी जो रिलेटिव स्पीड है वो ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं है। तो जब दो कार्स सेम डायरेक्शन में मूव करती हैं तो उनकी रिलेटिव स्पीड सबट्रैक्ट हो जाती है। मतलब अगर इसकी x है इसकी y है, तो इनकी रिलेटिव स्पीड होगी x माइनस वाई, इनकी रिलेटिव स्पीड क्या होगी, x माइनस वाई। सेकेंड थिंग, अगर दोनों ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में ऐसे आ रहे हैं, तो ये कार ने इतना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया और ये कार ने इतना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया, दोनों बीच में मिल गए, मतलब पूरा डिस्टेंस कवर करने की जरूरत नहीं है, इसने इतना किया इसने इतना किया, मैं आधा आधा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, मैं नहीं कहना चाहता कि दोनों सेम डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल करेंगे, दोनों की स्पीड अलग हो सकती है, तो हो सकता है इसने ज़्यादा किया इसने कम किया, बट किया तो दोनों ने। तो इधर क्या होगा, दोनों की रिलेटिव स्पीड एक दूसरे को ऐड कर रही है, जल्दी पहुंचने में वो हेल्प कर रही है। तो जब दो गाड़ियां, दो चीज़ें ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रही हैं, ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन मतलब टूवर्ड्स ईच अदर भी हो सकता है और अवे फ्रॉम ईच अदर भी हो सकता है, दोनों एक दूसरे से दूर जा रही हैं या दोनों एक दूसरे के नज़दीक आ रही हैं, इस ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में रिलेटिव स्पीड हमेशा ऐड होगी। और जब दोनों सेम डायरेक्शन में होते हैं, ऐसे या ऐसे, तो उनके रिलेटिव स्पीड हमेशा डिफरेंस होगी, सबट्रैक्शन होगी। अब ए और बी के बीच में 100 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस है, तो माई डी इज इक्वल टू 100 किलोमीटर्स, माई डी इक्वल टू 100 किलोमीटर्स। नाउ केस 1, when cars are traveling in same direction, cars are traveling in same direction, in this case relative speed, as I told you, x minus y kilometer per hour, this is my relative speed. The time taken to the cars to meet, the time taken is 5 hours, the time taken to meet the cars is 5 hours. According to a formula, distance is equals to speed multiplied by time. So distance is 100, speed of which car, not any car, here speed means relative speed. So x minus y multiplied by time is 5 hours, distance is equals to speed multiplied by time. This 5, don't multiply this 5 in the bracket, this 5 will go in the denominator, it will become x minus y equals to 20, and this is your first equation. Now second case, case number 2. What is the second case? If they are traveling in opposite direction, cars are traveling in opposite direction. When the cars are traveling in opposite direction, their relative speed will be added x plus y kilometer per hour. During this time, the time taken is 1 hour. Therefore, again, distance is speed multiplied by time. Distance is 100 kilometers. That is not changed. A and B के बीच में 100 kilometers का distance है. Speed is x plus y into time is 1. So multiplication of 1 is no required. So x plus y equals to 100. This is my second equation. So your first equation is x minus y equal 20 and the second equation is x plus y equals to 100. Simply do elimination because two variables y. The y variable is having one positive, one negative. By elimination, you will directly get an answer. The speed of the two cars in kilometer per hour. Last question for the exercise. The area of rectangle get reduced by 9 square units if its length is reduced by 5 units and breadth is increased by 3 units. If we increase the length by 3 units and the breadth by 2 units, the area increases by 67 square units. Find the dimensions of rectangle. So the dimensions of rectangle are always L into B. The dimensions of rectangle. So let length, I'm not taking L and B because we are familiar with X and Y. So length will be X and breadth be Y. We have to find X and Y. We have to find dimensions. That means we have to find X and Y. Now my length is X, breadth is Y. If X and Y are length and breadth, what would be my area? Area would be X into Y, length into breadth. So my area would be X into Y. Now case 1. New length is, it is reduced by original length by 5 units. So x minus 5, that is my new length, and new breadth is equals to, is 3 more than the original breadth, that is y plus 3. If the length and breadth are changed, the area would have changed. New area will be x minus 5 multiplied by y plus 3. Multiplying the length and breadth would give me new area. But they have told that the new area will be reduced by 9 units by the original area. What was the original area? xy. जब लेंथ को 5 यूनिट्स कम कर दिया गया और ब्रेथ को 3 यूनिट्स बढ़ा दिया गया, तो जो नया एरिया मिला है वो ओरिजिनल एरिया से 9 स्क्वायर यूनिट्स कम है. सो x minus 5 into y plus 3 will be xy minus 9. ये हमारा न्यू एरिया है. न्यू लेंथ इंटू न्यू ब्रेथ, दैट वाज 9 लेस देन द ओरिजिनल एरिया. ओरिजिनल एरिया क्या था? xy minus 9. Opening the brackets. Hopefully you know how to open two brackets. First term with the whole bracket, second term with the whole bracket. So x into y will be xy, x into 3 will be 3x, minus 5 into y will be minus 5y, minus 5 into 3 will be minus 15 equals to xy minus 9. This xy and xy will cancel out. This minus 15 will go on that side, plus 50. So 3x minus 5y equals to minus 9 plus 15. So 3x minus 5y equals to, if I add them, it will be 6. This is my first equation. 3 is not common on the left hand side. Don't take 3 common for 3 and 6. This is my first equation. Case 2. The length, new length, is 3 units more than the original length, that is x plus 3. New breadth is 2 units more than original breadth, that is y plus 2. So what will be the new area? X plus 3 multiplied by y plus 2. This will be my new area. Length into breadth. New length is this, new breadth is this. Therefore, and they have said that the new area is 67 more than the old area. So x plus 3 into y plus 2 is equals to xy plus 67. This is my original area, and the area 67 is more than, the new area is 67 more than the original area. Again opening the brackets, xy plus 2x plus 3y plus 6 equals to xy plus 67. This x will cancel out. So 2x plus 3y equals to, this 6 will go on the other side, that is minus 6. So 2x plus 3y equals to 61. This is my second equation. First equation, second equation, solve by any method. Please do solve the method and check your answers from the back of your textbook. It will give you a moral support if it's correct, and if it's wrong, it will give you a hint that your calculations are wrong. Don't forget to check the answers from back of your textbooks. Okay, that's all for today. That's all for today's video. Hopefully you understood these all mind twisting or brain twisting, brain teasers type sums, new type and very interesting type sums. In the next class, we'll see more such type of sums from exercise 3.6. Till then, see you, take care, bye bye.